Alexander Pappas, our good friend Pappy, with our new bestie Riley Clemens there, teamed up there to bring you Million Ways. Such a good song there. Love them both. Friends to the station. Love them. Love them. Anyway, well, you're here on V180 with Leah and the girls upstairs, and we're talking a whole heap of heavy topics today. We've got Christmas movies for one. Super, super heavy.
It's very heavy.
Super, super heavy. We're talking the idols and addictions to be aware of and to not let them, look, lots of conviction. A lot of conviction going on today. But there's another aspect that's been impacting our culture pretty intensely over the last few years. Oh, Gwen, lead the way. What's up?
Yeah, I guess we can jump right into the theme of cancel culture.
Oh, man.
Which is like massive at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just been, as soon as someone does something wrong or doesn't have a massive viewpoint on something or it's just been cancelled. A lot has happened since Israel war. At the moment, Noah Schnapp and Selena Gomez are getting thrown under the bus. It's like, we can go into that at another time.
Everyone's just getting cancelled for like dumb things.
It is. It's like I think the biggest thing someone spoke about as like someone who's famous, you're just automatically assumed to take a stance on something. And it's like, but what if I honestly just don't have a stance? What if I'm just neutral? Like, I don't want to go to the table because that will get you cancelled too. It's like you can't win anyway. Anyway, we're going to jump into a little bit about Matt Rife. So for those of you that don't know him, Matt Rife's a comedian.
Yes.
He is probably famous on TikTok mostly for his like crowd play or crowd when you're like chatting with a crowd.
He riles them up a
Yeah,
little.
he riles them up. He got famous from, I think it was like, who was it? Like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, like some famous person.
Like,
and he just
roasting the crowd.
roasting the crowd. Okay, yeah. He like picks on everyone. He picks on amputees, cowboys, people,
Shameless.
old people, and it's great because you go to these events knowing you're gonna get roasted. If you're sitting at the front, you're
that's
like
half of it.
that's it, and that's what's fun, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, he recently launched a Netflix special, and so he's doing all these jokes, and he made a joke about domestic violence. And it was basically, I'm not going to go really deep into the joke, but he made this joke, and now, because a lot of him being famous was because he was hot, because he was conventionally attractive.
Right.
Probably shouldn't have just said he was hot, but I think he's hot. Anyway.
He's been very genetically blessed.
Yes, he has been. And so most of his followers are women. So now everyone's slamming this man, fully saying that he didn't read the room, like he's a misogynist. Now they're saying he's not funny.
What?
That the Netflix special showed that he's not good at anything but crowd work, and even that he's failed.
Ouch.
So there's just this massive hate going on. There's more to it than that. But long story short, he's now getting cancelled because he did that. And the way he reacted to it was he posted this Instagram story that was like, for anyone that I need to find it, for anyone that has taken offense to my jokes, hit this link for my apology. And it was like a link to like helmets for people that were like disabled or something.
No. Oh gosh.
Oh no.
But it's funny because a lot of what he wanted to be known outside of being attractive. He wanted to be known as a good comedian.
For sure.
And so now all the boys are like, oh yeah, we love Matt. We stand Matt. Just because they're like, we're not going to let this guy get cancelled for being a comedian.
Yes. And I think that it always astounds me, the kind of stuff that ends up cancelling comedians. Because I mean, like, if you can go out there and make fun of amputees and disabled people and
old
it's like
people,
really that's what they're going to cancel him on, like are you serious? I mean of course there's some things that I mean I don't find funny, but to go as far as cancelling them, I mean it seeams very petty.
And that's the thing with comedy, is it's always been something you can't touch, because people will pick on everything in comedy. Like the amount of people that could get cancelled for saying jokes about like people in the LGBT community or stuff like that, and they haven't been cancelled yet. I'm
you still laugh? Of course,
everyone laughs.
Exactly. Like if it's funny, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it offends me, I'm gonna laugh.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think that's part to me that's part of comedy. It's like it's seeing how far that line is, and then going, okay, that got a laugh. Let's go a bit further. It's like, no, you can't cancel people for something so silly, in my opinion. But that is very much what our culture is about now, isn't it? Everyone just gets so offended so easily and like, come on, people. Really? Let it go.
I know I'm very quiet in the corner.
Okay. Well, I mean, Grace, you probably know firsthand, like, social media, right?
Oh, I'm the edgiest person around, 100%. So I have the wickedest sense of humour. But sometimes, honestly, it's quite actually convicting how edgy my sense of humour can get. You can see my Twitter page for that. But I think about, because this is a non-Christian comedian.
Well, apparently he grew up in a Christian home. I just did some Googling.
Okay.
Wow,
but he what does it say? He is a Christian.
Yeah.
Right. Follows Christianity, but he's not
like outwardly
like
publicly professing.
He's probably nominal.
So yeah, I feel like he more grew up in a Christian household. So
he
probably believes in God, but hasn't got a personal relationship with Jesus.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I raise that because I've often been convicted of my sense of humour, because Ephesians 4 sets the standard: let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only as such as for good, for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. So the standard that when we talk and when we joke and stuff like that, it shouldn't be how much can we get away with.
Right.
It should be how much can this honour someone else. That's the Christian principle in that.
Sure.
And I fail that every day.
Yeah, well,
every moment.
We're still, because we're still human and we're still fallible. I laugh at things I probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
we all make jokes we probably shouldn't,
and I laugh at them, as much as the next person probably would.
But the fascinating part about this is that there are so many things that like you guys said, it's the wildest things that people will get cancelled over.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there doesn't really seem to be an immutable standard within our culture about what is okay to talk about and what is okay not to joke about.
Yeah.
Because as soon as someone says that's the standard, everyone rushes in to go and break that standard.
Oh, of course. It's the old, like, don't touch the wet paint sign.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And of course we're going to try and touch it, because that's just the way we are, especially as Australians.
Yes.
I feel like that's just like a hardcore cultural thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's even just a human thing. But like when someone says, no, you can't do that, we're going to go, okay.
Right.
I mean, do we not?
Well, and this is what happens when a culture no longer has like an objective standard of what is good, right, and moral and not. For the most part, we've rejected that and we're just going on our own vibey way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, according to someone that can be offensive. But what else is offensive? The trees at this point? Like,
well, to some people, talking about Christ could be offensive.
Oh, yeah.
So
very
it's
offensive.
like if that's the case, then where do we draw that line then? Do we just not talk about anything?
Yes. Well, are we allowed to have our own opinions and share those opinions?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting concept.
Is it wrong if we laugh if it's funny?
Well, and this is why for non-Christians, they have no standard and they can't say this is truly offensive and this isn't, because it's up to everyone's game and whose guess.
Absolutely.
But for Christians, we do have that standard, and it's may it give grace to those who hear.
Interesting chats.
Indeed.
Well, I think I'm just going to go out there and still laugh at things that I find funny. And
same.
Yes, I know there are memes that I should not be reposting.
But we do because we're still human and we're still fallible, and sure, like, you know, to do those sort of things, of course they could get us in a little bit of trouble when we do them publicly.
Matt Rife is doing.
But, is he still getting Netflix specials? Are people still supporting him? TVD. Are they still laughing at his jokes? Absolutely they are.
Yeah.
And if anything, I think things like this actually create more publicity for him.
Oh, for sure.
And
his
it's like
Netflix show is up there on like most
Of course, because people now want to go and see what was so offensive.
Yes, it's the Streisand effect.
Hey, there we go. Well, I know I'm certainly going to go and watch it later. Here we go. Just because. All right, we got to get back into it. You're here on V180. This is Jordan Feliz.
Vision 180.
Live different.